Hey guys, welcome back. Kind of been a bit absent from the old blogging recently. Obviously just a lot going on, bit of stress, kind of didn't really feel up to it, but feeling way better about life now, and thought I'd give you guys a bit of a tour and a walk around and show you what's going on around here. On this one I'm just going to do a quick little shop tour, show you a few projects that are here at the moment that are getting worked on, a couple that are about to leave, and then James and myself, we're going to head down to Queenstown and do some work for Andre and Ben at High Performance Academy. Got a bit to do with not much time to do it, so it's going to be pretty full on like it was last time, but yeah, we'll try to documentate as much as we can and show you guys what happens. But I guess first things first, we've got a few things going on here at the moment, heaps of baddies, heaps of rotors, it's awesome. So I guess we'll start off with Brandon's car. Sorry, they just emptied the bin, so Brandon's car's a bit dusty from that. We actually did just wipe them down yesterday, but it is what it is. So Brandon's car is a full cut bridgie, or secondary cut bridgie, I can't actually remember. But Jason Smith built the motor anyway. Jason's a good mate of ours, does a lot of work for us, builds a real solid engine. Anyway, so it's running one of our T4 twin gate manifolds, stainless steel billet flanges, TI bolts. As you can see in there, it's got a 66mm bogie on it. Brandon's actually got the old T51R mod to the front of it, done over in a place in Aussie, so very interested to see what that sounds like. So we're just setting up the intercooler piping, we've just made an intercooler for it, setting up the side mount, the electric water pump setup, exhaust, etc, getting it going again, hopefully in time for RE. This beautiful girl here is our new shop car. So obviously it's a 92 FD3S. They bought off a mate called Graham. So it was actually the factory 92 Series 6 yellow. But I'm kind of going to go for the bit of a stance boy fuckwit kind of go vibe for this one. So I've got some real offset wheels for this, so I've pumped the guards right out. It kind of all looks factory. Kalon and boys at Andrew and Gilmore have done a fucking awesome job. Absolutely wrapped. So they've actually painted it in the sunburst yellow. So it's come out really good. So Jono and myself at the moment, we're just sorting out all the wiring. Well, let's try to get this sorted. So we're just trying to sort out all the wiring. We're going to remount all both the fuse boxes and relay boxes in here, so it's all hidden away, so I can still access it if anything goes wrong, but you only just see the loom coming through and back out, and that's it. So yeah, Mark at Revolution up north is building me a semi PP for it. The reason Mark's doing this one, we did a bit of a deal, so it worked out really good for both of us, so really stoked to get Mark on board for this one. He's also supplied us with a Helltech ECU loom, and he's going to do the honours of giving it a tune, so really looking forward to seeing what we can get out of this car. Sorry, I panned out of the shop for a second. Next up we got Jamie's car. Jamie's car's been here for a little while. It literally just came to us here for like a bit of a birthday, get the coolant set up done and stuff like that, and it's the best way to say it is snowballed really bad. So Jamie has been really good. He's pretty much just said, I want to drive this car, I want it to be reliable, do what you need to do. So he's opted for one of our turbo setups. So it's running a 63mm Borg to suit the extend port. I've done 4-inch exhaust. There's a single 50mm gate I think under this one. One of our V-mount kits, so this is one of our in-house built radiators, intercoolers, intercooler piping, running our clamps, which are really cool. AST tank, obviously air intake pipe, coil kit. We're now doing these filler necks as well, which are internally baffled twice. Rotaries obviously get a lot of blow by, so it's obviously the idea is to obviously separate the oil from the air. Then if any oil does come through, it goes on a line and around into our new catch can setup that we've just developed. Obviously due to space, there's not much room. Obviously if you're still running the ABS and everything else around, you can't really do it in here very nicely, so we've opted to put it here. So this is actually going to be a setup, so it's actually going to return back into the air intake pipe. There's actually not going to be a filter in it, so it's good for you guys in Aussie that can't run a filter on your catch can. You've got to run it recirculated. So it's all internally baffled. I think it's going to go through like 3 different chambers before actually any oil comes back out. So pretty much, I think it's 2.2 litres we've ended up with. So yeah, so pretty much very excited to get this car all done. Oh, another thing we've just come up with is oil cooler kits for the FD, which will release in the next month or so. So these are a bolt-on kit running C-Trab or Aeroflow 25 row oil coolers. All the brackets, all the lines. It's got a little oil thermostat down there as well, so it regulates your temperature. Obviously with rotaries, oil is one of the most crucial, oil temps is one of the most crucial things. So we've gone a little bit of an overkill with the oil cooler size, but that's just for the idea of regulating it all off the thermostat. So if it does slightly get hot, it'll knock the oil coolers in and it'll get those temps down straight away. There won't be any mucking around, it'll be straight back down to operating temps, which is what you want. Next big job, Joel's beautiful Skyline. So you've probably seen photos of this on our website. It was all black and primered, and we've actually we cut the rear guards. We've actually put on fiberglass guards, so these are actually fiberglass. So the paint shop's grafted them all in, which they've done an awesome job. So Joel's car is running a rebuilt 25 deck Neo motor, built by our mates around at Car Aid. Opted for Hypertune rocker covers. We've got Plasman intake, Plasman fuel rail. We've got 1600cc injectors. We've got inbuilt catch can and window washer tank. So obviously window washer tank off here. The feeds and the drain are off the bottom, so they're all built into it, so you don't see any ugly vacuum lines coming off it. And then this half is all catch can. The catch can is still 2.5 litres, because obviously it still goes in quite far into the guard. If you actually look on our Instagram page, you'll actually see how we actually made this. We've got 3.5 inch intake pipe on that side, 2.5 inch on the turbo side, running a Garrett G30 turbo with an inbuilt, in-house built manifold. Oh, stopping my seizure. So schedule, well, it's actually 347 stainless Hypex bends, running a 50mm turbo smart wastegate. So we developed and built that all in-house, 4-inch downpipe with a 50mm recirculating pump back. So we've done all the water lines and oil lines. Cameron's made a beautiful intake pipe to match everything. So we've gone with the blue and the black theme for this car, which I'm super stoked about. It's come up beautiful. So now plan of attack is it's going to go back to Joel. Joel's going to go get it wired and then finish off the rest of it himself, which is all just small stuff. So we've done a majority of the main stuff now. So yeah, super amped to see this car all finished. So yeah, stay tuned for a future build, well, a video showing this car all finished. Also we've got one of our intercoolers down there as well, 100mm thick. Also mounted oil cooler down in there. So it's all hidden. Obviously running oil thermostat as well, because it's going to be a street drift car, so he's going to take it to the track occasionally as well. So same thing, oil temps, we want to be able to regulate them very, very well. And then we've got over here, we've got Navard's 323. So you might remember Navard's S15 that we built, the red one. This is his 323 as well. This is partners with his wife's old 323 from way back in the day. So this is running a Series 5 full cut bridgey motor, W58 gearbox. We've got a 66mm Borgie for it. So we've got a radiator and oil cooler for it. We're still going to make a intercooler for it, and pretty much everything else in between. So yeah, obviously this is a build that's only just started, as you can see. But yeah, super amped to get into this one and get it done. So we'll keep you up to date with what's going on with this one. And then if we come in here, we've got one of Eldon's mates, RX7. It's getting a 3.5 inch stainless dump pipe back exhaust. So this is actually Cameron's last job before he leaves and goes back up to Nelson. So he's opted for dumpy style. I actually really liking the clean look without the lower lip, with the muffler on such an angle with the spoiler. I reckon that looks so good. I might be biased just because it's yellow. And then we've got Eldon's gt86. So we've just done turbo setup on this. It's been a bit of a headache, but he's so close to being finished now, so he's just sorting out the him and Jimmy are just sorting out the intercooler piping at the moment, getting that all finished, and then that can go off. Just gotta put the heat shield back on and stuff. But 4-inch dump pipe, 1.5-inch runners, all mile seal, 50mm gate plumb back down there as well. This is something that we were going to develop and build, but it was too much of a headache, to be honest, so we're just going to stick to the RB and rotary life, I think. And then over here we've got Luke's Chaser, Sora, sorry, Chaser. So this has got the new engine in it. It's all taped up inside, so don't worry. So we've got to put the gearbox back on, and obviously everything else. We've got a V-mount that we're going to make with PWR based radiator and oil cooler and intercooler cores. It's got a manifold, turbo manifold and intake manifold made by IMR before we got the job. Had to modify it slightly to fit the e-throttle on. But yeah, so Dylan next door has done the tubs, the wide body, so he's grafted 350ZX wide body guards on to suit the 7K wheels. They're absolutely beautiful wheels. So yeah, a lot of work to be done on this car still. We're just actually piecing it all back together because a couple shops ago they actually pulled it apart, didn't documentate anything, nothing has been bagged and tagged. So we're just trying to figure out where everything goes before it obviously goes off to be painted and stuff. So we just want to work out before we have to scratch anything to try to figure out where everything goes. Down the back there we've got Dan's DX. So we've been meaning to get back into this just in our free time. So obviously on the chassis jig, because we are about to chop out the rear end. I'm going to do a 3/4 chassis and sort all that out. So we've started cutting everything out. Obviously doesn't look too nice cut out, so I'm not going to show you that too much. And then we've got Damon's beautiful little Series 1, the headache from hell, this car that just keeps on giving. But yeah, so close to being done. This is our first and last restoration job that we'll ever do. Motor built by Jason Smith, rebuilt Series 3 turbo gearbox. It's got a Series 3 disc brake rear end. We've got MCA front adjusters and Woolwood 6-pot brakes on the front. So yeah, super amped to get this one done. We've just been going through the few battling stages of getting this legal on the road for New Zealand. They didn't like having the adjusters in the rear because obviously they're a shock and coil or separate, not a shock and spring together as an adjuster. So we're just trying to get that all through. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, but yeah, it's so close to being done. So hopefully we can get Damon back his car soon. But I guess now we're just going to pack up, get us shit sorted to head down. So we made it down to High Performance Academy down in Queenstown. Not going to lie, it's pretty damn cold. I think it's like -3 at the moment. So we thought we'd unload tonight so that the stuff doesn't hit a frost in the morning and get everything wet. So boys have been nice enough to let us in tonight, unload and make a start on tomorrow. So plan of attack is little Jimmy's making a new PWR based radiator for this. You guys will remember the work we did on this a while ago. Intercooler piping, modified the manifold and made an exhaust, etc, etc. The boys have done some wicked progress on the car since then. Very, very talented bunch of lads, these guys. And then this is my job for tomorrow. So these guys have gone pretty full on with this build. Tom's Off-Road's done the suspension setup and he's done an amazing job. So yeah, pretty much to me, I'm going to be making headers and try to get an exhaust done in 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. It's going to be a bit of work, but yeah, nothing we haven't done before, right? So get unpacked, go home, have a few hours sleep, and get into it in the morning. Day one, just got here. It's -6 again. It's pretty cold. First one's here again this morning. Don't know where Brandon is. Trying to figure out where the diesel is for the diesel heater so we can get that thing going. But yeah, they've got some cool projects on the go. This is the boys' car. So these guys are building it themselves, which is pretty cool. So all the staff, sorry. And Andrew and Ben's car here. So know where you're going to start, Jimmy. I suppose pull it all apart first, eh? Yeah. So obviously you'll recognise the intercooler when we had the CNC router a while ago. Yeah. And then L40 over here. Pretty chip bit of kit. So yeah, try to figure out how we're going to do some headers. Fit them all in there. None of the boys are here yet, so don't know where they want to run anything, so we'll just set up, I guess, and just wait for when they turn up and go from there. This is the turbo setup of the gt86. Obviously it's got pretty hot around that part of the heat wrap, but yeah, we modified it. There's a dump pipe I made for it. Modified the sync manifold. But yeah, loving the new look of the workshop with all these benches. It looks super clean, super good. So yeah, try to find a bench and set up. Fuck, it's cold though. Alright, so I got the flange on there in place. My merge collector sitting in there. Right, just gonna join them up now. Obviously space, shock here. So that runner's going to pretty much come out, go down, around, and then I'm going to drag it into that bottom one, and then this one's going to come out, probably past it a little bit, and then back over, and then into the top, and then these two are going to wrap out, and then back in, try to get them very close to being the same length. They're not going to be 100% the same length, and that's not the requirement. This is just going to be a weekend cruiser. They're not going to push it for power, so they just need it to work. Nice sunny day out here.
What's going on?
No. You
I can't hear.
You tell me what's going on. What are you up to?
Just making some end caps for these radiator tubes.
So we're doing tubular end caps for this core. Half tubular. Yeah, pretty sweet little fab setup. Yeah, had it. It's me. Ben's sick as new little EV van. How cool is that? Yeah, it's electric. How cool is that, eh?